Look for LanSchool at the bottom right side of your taskbar. Find the green circle and click on it. If you don't find it, search for LanSchool Teacher, select the app, and then you'll see it will pop up in the right side with some directions. This is your dashboard. To load your dynamic class list, open Administer, One-to-One, Load Dynamic Class List. What you should see here is a list of your classes if you're assigned a class. I'm not assigned a class, so I need to create my own list. I go to Administer, One-to-One, Load Class List. And here's a class list that I've saved for this demonstration. I select it, open it, and here are my 2 real students. It may default to just showing the student number. If I want to change that, I go to Administer, Preferences, select the Student tab, and I can select to show the student name or the machine name. And then I can see the information I need. Let's take a look at the toolbar up at the top. First, let's find Show Teacher. This is how I can show my screen to all students. I select how many, and I love that super cool sound that lets me know I started to share my screen with students. Maybe I want to model how to navigate Launch. Here's a way where I can show a student screen to the rest of the students. Perhaps I have a student who's doing a fabulous job, and I want them to model their steps and processes. There's that great sound when it stops. All right, let's take a vote. I want to do a quick monitoring, so I can do a quick true-false or a quick multiple choice. I can have the questions preloaded, and then I send them out to my students, and as soon as they answer, I get some data. Now let's take a look at sharing a website. I select Run, I paste in my URL for the desired site, and I send it out to my students. And I can now see they're all on National Geographic. Maybe I want to do a remote control of a student. Maybe they're having a hard time going into something, or maybe they just need to be redirected. I can take control of that student's device and get them back on track super quick. Next comes one of my favorite options, which is called Snapshot. Here I can take a quick snapshot of the student's screen. So now I have evidence of a student's wonderful behavior, or perhaps something to share at our next parent conference. Messaging is another excellent feature of LanSchool. You can message individual students, groups of students, or the whole class. Students can message the teacher. They cannot message one another. If you're unsure of who has sent you the message that you see in the log, you can select Highlight and you'll see a green banner underneath their name. When sending a message, I recommend forcing the student to read this message so that it pops up in the middle of their screen and they can't move forward until they click on it and acknowledge the message. And here's the one that's almost everyone's favorite. It's blank screen. When you want to take control of individual groups or the entire class, you can select blank screen. Here's some examples of what you can do. You can customize the message and you can customize the image to suit your needs. Maybe you need to tell a student, get back to work. Maybe you want to congratulate them on a work well done. Perhaps you want to just gather the class together now that independent work time is over. The most highly desired feature of LanSchool is web limiting. But please be aware, due to constant updates to servers, to browsers, to websites, this may or may not always be consistent. We've all learned how valuable the mute button can be. You can mute individual students or all students. The Class List button allows you to manage your class lists. The Shutdown button allows you to shut down individual students or an entire class. When you do Random Choose, you'll be able to select students random. Something else to add to your popsicle sticks. Keystroke Alerts allow you to be notified when students are searching certain words or phrases. When you select the View tab, you can look at a list view and get details of your students. You can also go to a screen feed and look at individual students in a large view. You can configure your toolbar by going to View and Configure, and here you can add or remove certain features. This is a great way to customize your toolbar so that it meets your needs in your classroom. You can remove separators, you can add or delete certain features, you can even change the order that they appear across your toolbar. When you open up your LanSchool dashboard, it will be arranged just the way you want it. The Help button will give you some helpful hints with using LanSchool. It will also show you LanSchool on the web, where there are tutorials, guides, online support. And then About LanSchool will let you know which version you are running if there's a question about whether you have the most recent version. And that's our introduction to the basics of LanSchool.